All right, ladies and gentlemen, if I call this man Robin Hood, that would be the understatement of this year, like in this entire year to 2022. And the reason why I tell you this, I just came across your content a month ago, Peter, and it was, I think, the 5 day e-commerce challenge, right?
Hmm.
And there
We
was
have a
this,
few.
yeah. So that one statement you made there, like you mentioned about product research, then you mentioned that product research is like 30% of the entire game. I was like, dude, this guy knows his shit. And he's spilling it all out for free. And I went through that entire 5 day course. In fact, I have my own e commerce training. And I'm like, I charge people for this stuff. And you're giving it away for free. I mean, what the hell is wrong with you?
A
So,
lot. No. So, it's what I've always found, and I think this will, help anybody that's like a content creator has some value to provide, right? Is don't be afraid to give your best stuff away for free.
absolutely.
Right. And that goes for anything. It doesn't matter if you want to be a coach, author, consultant, e-commerce store. At the end of the day, I have a strong belief that we were put here, right? On earth to help other people, right, in whatever way, shape, or form that we have, right? We weren't just put here to just sit at a desk and blindlessly do something, whether even if you work for somebody, doing it to your best of your abilities, providing value for the company you work for, right? Or if you have something that you enjoy so much to do, like help people the best of your abilities. One thing that you'll learn, and anybody listening that's a coach, consultant, has a course, is you can give your best stuff away for free, but at the end of the day, people aren't going to do it.
Absolutely.
And the only reason for that is because we as human, it's human nature that we need something on the line, right? We need
Yeah.
something on the line to make us do something. I'm the same way, right? I can go learn anything out there. Doesn't mean I'm actually going to go do it, right? But until I hit a point in my life where I have enough pain to be like, oh, I need to start this business. I need to make an extra $1,000 this month. I need to. Until then, we ain't taking it seriously, right?
Yes.
So I do
Yes.
encourage, always put your best stuff out there, right? Provide as much value out there into the world as possible, right? Let people have these epiphanies. And, when you do that, right, they'll come back to you, right? And even if they don't, who cares? You help somebody. You have good karma on your shoulders, if you want to
Yes.
think of it that
Yes.
way.
Yes.
And then, most people, when they will want to go work with somebody, or buy services, products from people that they got value from for free. So that's always been my motto, especially with like e-commerce empire builders and stuff.
Yep, yep. I think Gary Vee's book, in which he mentions jab, 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 right hook, he said, give value, 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 and give more value, then people are ready to buy from you. Like, that's the
Yeah,
ultimate marketing. Give value, build trust.
that's an old book, man. That's like one of his first, I think.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
was
yeah.
yeah, it
I
is true
think,
that I've read that one a long time ago, but I think that's like the main concept. It's like just Gary Vee does. I don't even think he sells anything. He has like NFTs or whatever, but like he's like a prime definition, right? Just providing value. Value. He says the same thing all the time, right? Like, and that's the thing. It's like you should be bored like of what you say. Like I've been saying the same thing for 6 years now, like same thing over and over and over again. But that's what gives you true mastery at your craft.
yes, yes, absolutely. So, Peter, like, for the people in my audience who don't know you, let's get an introduction. Like, I've been a big fan of yours. Like, I came across your channel a month ago, binged watched, I think, at least 70% of your video because you make super long videos, super detailed. But I want to know about you. I have read through your book. I want to know a little bit about you. Who is Peter Prue and how did he get his start into e-commerce?
Yeah, so man, I'm gonna try to keep this short because I will go on a tangent here. So in a nutshell, went to college, learned about making money online from my roommate at the time. Basically, was doing affiliate marketing. Made money, right? We were making like $200-300 a week. And this is man, this was like the early mid 2000s. So this was like 15 years ago. This has been a while. And back then it was the Wild West, right? Basically, we were just ranking like blogs, top 10 blogs on
Yeah.
Google, and it was a lot easier. Like you could name your domain, like,
Like, write your
best,
keyword 10 times and it'll
yeah,
go
like,
to the
yeah, and
top.
just rank your keyword and then making commission. So it was nice. I thought I was awesome back then. Like I thought I was on top of the world. I was making money online while I was in college. Um, and didn't really ever think to myself to be like, because entrepreneurship wasn't cool back then, like that wasn't an option. Even when I was
Yeah.
growing up, like my parents, they came from Poland. They were kind of forced to be entrepreneurs because they really didn't like speak really good English or anything like that. But they didn't come to America for their kids to take on big risks. They came to America so they can give their kids a better life, you know, so they can go to college, get a job. Like we all know this, the American dream that people, you know, people believe in. So I wasn't raised to be an entrepreneur by any means, but I feel like I saw it, like I saw my parents do it. And it kind of like when I graduated college, I was like, man, like maybe there was something here. Maybe there was, you know, something that like I could have done. Cause I graduated college, went to work, like, you know, normal, but in the back of my head, I was like, man, like maybe there was something that I could have done. Like, cause I really didn't enjoy, you know, being an intern. I just didn't like that same thing every single day, even though I literally do the same thing every single day now at home. Like my routine is literally the same exact thing every single day. But I didn't enjoy like kind of like the commute and all that stuff. Not to say it's bad. I think most people should work full-time jobs and just have a side hustle and then, you know, eventually, you know, grow into something, potentially do it full-time. But yeah, so at the time learned about e-commerce, started an Amazon business at that time. Within a first year, we did like 50 grand. During Q4, we were like doing 80 grand a month. But ended up losing that business. Basically, a competitor came on our listing, said we were infringing on patents, which, you know, didn't actually exist. I don't know if you could still do this on Amazon, but essentially, you can report other sellers as a seller and be like, hey, you are infringing on a patent, even though that patent might not even
Yeah,
exist. Like
dude,
there
like
might
I'm not
not
a
be a
big
patent.
fan of Amazon at all. It's like everybody is in a price war, and like everybody who wins
That's
the
all it
price
was.
war games, they lose. I mean, how do
I
you win a price?
remember at my computer, like, because I was always working, and then I was like, you know, just doing like my online business at work. I do recommend most people do that because like nobody actually sits at their desk for 8 hours and works, just like be doing your side hustle. But I remember that. I do remember that. Like, I remember being like, oh man, my competitor just lowered their price to $23.99. Oh man, I got to lower it to $22.99. And then Amazon will like
Okay.
rank. It's so stupid. It's like, that is not a business like at all.
Yeah,
So like the things that we talk about now, like they're just completely different, but like that's what people are still doing. Like, believe it or not, like Amazon FBA sellers, this is what they're still doing. I'm not saying don't sell on Amazon. You know, my book is on Amazon. It's on Kindle. You know, you can't ignore the beast right in the room. You can't, but it shouldn't be like your main source, right? Like, so
yeah,
for my book, I
absolutely.
always prefer, or my supplement, like I always prefer people come to my website, my funnels, buy it from me. But if you don't want to buy it, you know, direct from us, you can go on Amazon. So I think that's still important to have it because you can scoop up some extra sales. I mean, just from the book launch when we had, I think there was like 500 people that bought the book just on like Kindle, because we had it like at a you know, I
Yeah,
think
it's
like
on
99
unlimited, I
cents.
think. Kindle
Yeah,
Unlimited.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's free on Kindle Unlimited. So it's like, okay, perfect. Like, you know, let these, you guys can have the book for pretty much free. Like, okay, perfect. And I wouldn't have been able to impact that customer otherwise. But yeah, lost the business, learned a hard lesson, kind of fell into this dark place during that time, kind of forgot about online business. I was like everybody now, like, you know, you'll see this, everyone's blaming everybody else, but themselves. And that's how I was. I've always been an avid reader, have a, you know, massive, you know, book collection. There was one book at that time that I flipped open to, and it was called The Slight Edge. I definitely recommend, you know, picking that up. Something Olson was his name, Jeff Olson, something like that. But you just look at The Slight Edge, and that book, you like write things in, you write your goals, you write all that. And I remember opening up to it and like looking at goals that I had set like a few years prior, and being like, who is this person? Right. And I realized, like, number one, back then, that during good times, we all like can set like big goals, massive goals, and we have like no stress. And we're like, yeah, I want to hit $1 million a month, like all these things. And but then when things go bad and like a speed bump happens, like we completely, like everything goes out the window. Like we don't even care. So like that was a big
Yeah.
realization I had at that time, is like, just understand there are seasons of business, there's seasons of your life, and understand that, you know, even through those tough times, they're molding you into that version of yourself that you want to be in the future. So got back into the game. I was like, you know what? I want this. I'd rather be this guy, right? That I wrote about. Like, I want that mindset again, not this, you know, this kind of like not for, you know, eventful life that I was, you know, living at that time. So got back into e-commerce, but started like on our own platforms, right? Like, you know, Shopify, I was doing WooCommerce, and, you know, was started a pretty decent sized business at that time using those platforms. But I realized like I wasn't really making much money, like on actual profit.
Yeah.
And I was in a mastermind at that time, and you know, a company that just was launched came and did a demo. It was ClickFunnels, and they were demoing their software. And I remember I was like, I don't know if you guys like really understand, like whoever, like how funnels work and stuff like that, but if you think, oh yeah, it's a funnel, but then you don't get it because it's like a whole different way of selling stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
especially in like the e-commerce space, like most people, they just have like the store and, load it up with a bunch of products, drive traffic, make some sales, say it doesn't work, and then they quit. But like, once you learn like about the funnel side of it, like it's like that direct response marketing, which
Absolutely.
people that sell information and coaching really understand well, but the people that sell like physical products don't understand at all. Right. And that's when I kind of grew my first 7-figure business. We got that 2 Comma Club, awesome stuff. But the main part that I also learned during that time is the reoccurring revenue of the business was really, really important. Having some sort of predictability in your business. So I always recommend having, as one of your upsells, some sort of monthly subscription aspect of it. For us, it was monthly fishing lures in the mail each and every single month. So having something, it could be a digital members area. So like the way you've read the book. So, like I like to mix in like the digital product. So like if somebody comes to me and is like, oh, my e-commerce business isn't profitable, I'm like, okay, well, add an upsell of a course or an ebook or something. Like that's 100% margin. Like just
Exactly.
start thinking, like just like I can't solve all your problems. We can share as much as we can, but at the end of the day, you have to trust yourself and like make adjustments like as needed. And that's the easiest way
Absolutely.
for e-commerce business owners to make more money, is literally just sell digital products, right? Like those are my
Absolutely.
3 big:
I tell you,
physical
okay, I
products,
have to
digital
cut
products,
you
and
off a
affiliate
bit.
products.
I'm so sorry, but
Yeah.
I so vibe with this particular statement, man. I mean, when I saw your channel, I'm like, this was the very first thing that I like captured when you mentioned we'll do this physical product with digital product thing. Because even
Mhm.
me, I don't see myself as an e-commerce guy. I see myself as a solution provider. Do you have a problem? You come to my solution. I'll build a SaaS if it is needed. I'll create a course if it is needed. In fact, I did that. So one of my product was not selling well because in Amazon it's like half the price, and people started complaining, oh, we bought it for like double the price from your store, and you got me scammed and stuff like that.
Mhm.
You know what I did? Like, I just hired a guy who was better than me, better than this particular niche than me. Asked him to make like 10 videos, bundled up
Mhm.
that into info product, and I mentioned like in the sales page, uh, this is the product. This is what you get as a bonus if you buy the product. Zero
Mhm.
complaints, and I literally like skyrocketed. Like I started running ads at $500 budget. In the very first month, we did it like, we reached 10K in terms of US dollars.
That's awesome.
That
Yeah. So it's like, you bundle in stuff. Don't just lower your price. You're in your own
absolutely.
playing field now. Add more stuff, right? Add. It's not just also about like adding more stuff to the basket. Just like think about your customer. What problems do they have, and how can you help them? Like back to what we were like talking about at the beginning. Like just help people. Like,
Yeah,
like that is the secret. Like you're selling, like I don't know, like fishing stuff, nail kits, makeup, whatever, supplements. Like people are buying from you because they want to solve a problem. People don't buy stuff just to buy stuff. They
yeah,
buy stuff to solve some sort of problem, right?
yes,
Like think about it. And most people in e-commerce, I think it just brings in people that are business opportunity seekers, right? So it's so easy to start e-commerce, right? Like literally, like anybody can start an e-commerce business for literally like 50, $100. Like it's so cheap to start. So it brings in a lot of people. And with that, it comes with bad expectations. So you have to understand, like you're in the business of solving problems for people, whether that's, okay, this physical product solves this, a digital product solves this, like that's the game, and that's like the big secret. I mean, there really is no like secret, guys. Like
yeah,
that is
absolutely.
the secret. Like literally just go help someone, right? Just go
Yes,
help, go help people
absolutely,
out.
absolutely. So, what you just mentioned, like most people just come in and they just try to hunt that winning product and they want to sell that. And I tell you, like, I have taken mentorships, I have been in masterminds where people talk about winning products, and the concept goes like this: you find your winning products, it will stay winning for a particular period of time, then it will go down. Like, this is the mindset among these, and
Mhm.
which is not true. Like, if you just care for your customers, dude, like, why should the sales go down? Why are there no
it's
upsells?
it's not it's weird. Like I never do winning products, right? Like I don't get me wrong, having a winning product is important, a product that helps people, right, with whatever it is. But like that product, like should be selling forever, right? Like
Yes.
essentially, like yeah, maybe you make some adjustments here or there, but like your product should essentially last forever, right? Evergreen, right? That's, so important. So instead of focusing on that, like I said, try and solve actual problems for people. Like there is a business model, I guess, with like selling fidget spinners and these product trends. It's not, what I like to sell personally. I rather put a whole bunch of effort into like one specific product, and sell that, and
Yeah.
just make that product good. Like my supplement has been selling that for like 2.5 years. My course, right?
Yeah.
I have literally, this is the only course I had. It's been 5 years. It's fine. And then we just update that, right? But no, like a lot of people, and I want to give context because I don't know if people are just e-commerce or digital products. It's like, just focus on that one. Like if you have a course, just focus on selling that one, right? And just make it really good. Update it once or twice a year and just make it good. Like, I mean, it doesn't have to be this complicated, right? Don't be the person that, and you see all these gurus out there right now. It's like, now they're all selling crypto courses. Now I want you to join
Oh,
their Discord so they can pump and dump coins on you, right?
yeah.
Like the one thing is like also like stay in your lane. If you want to be like, I want to be the best at XYZ, just stay in there, right? Like
Yeah.
for us, like, yeah, we'll talk about like crypto here and there, but I'm never going to be confident enough. I'm no expert, right, by any means, or selling. Like, and you could see this, guys. I mean, like, go look, like your favorite guru, go to his website, and I guarantee he's probably selling like every single freaking kind of course that can imagine. Like, and not to say that that's a bad thing, but understand, like, one thing that I've always wanted with Ecommerce Empire Builders, like all we do is e-commerce. Like that is it. That's all we
Exactly.
talk about, until we're blue in the face, right? Because that's
Yes.
how you become the best. That's how you get mastery in your craft, right? So don't get that
Absolutely.
shiny object syndrome. Like all these people are doing now. It's like, oh, crypto's the thing. Okay, then this is the thing, and the NFTs are the thing. Like that's exhausting to me. I'd rather wake up in
There
the
will
morning and
there
it's
will
like, this is
always
all.
be a thing. There will always
Yeah.
be a thing, right?
Always. Absolutely.
Like,
And I'm not saying be ignorant of new technology. Like, I do love the crypto space. I try and educate, my audience with it a little bit, but I always say I'm not an expert. I don't have any courses. Go watch some other people out there that are way better than me. This is just how I kind of like put some stuff into it. Um, and again, like I said, not being ignorant about it. It just, understand that if you keep jumping from thing to thing, you're never going to get your results. Stick to one group of people that you actually want to serve. And I promise you, it's going to serve you so much better than being like, oh, here's a product trend, here's a product trend. Here, you're not going to find your winning product watching YouTube videos of people telling you what their winning products are. We create
yes.
those videos, and those are the best videos. My team constantly tells me, keep creating those videos because they're the ones that
Exactly.
always skyrocket. 7 winning products to sell in January, 7 winning products in February. My gosh, I hate making those videos, but we do them because then I bring you in with that content, and then I'm like, you don't need a winning product. All right. I'll show you some winning products, but like, don't sell these unless they're in your niche that you're already helping people do.
Yes.
All right. And
Hook
then
them with
that's,
what they
and
want, give them what they need.
hide the vitamins.
Yes.
That's what it, yeah.
Yeah. That's what it is. But you have a very specific strategy when it comes to niche selection. I mean, I watched all your videos, and you first go, you focus very much on things that you love the most. Like I think I read it in a book where it mentioned like product market fit is a very partial idea. It should be
Mhm.
product market founder fit. The founder should love the product first or the market first,
Yeah, be
right?
your own best customer, right? And I understand, like, I do see the other side. It's like, there's a lot of people are like, oh, your passions don't always pay. I get that. And I 100% get that, but validate what you're about to go into. So everything I say is like validating, right? Are people buying physical products, and are people buying digital products, and are there influencers creating content around this? If it hits all those criteria and you enjoy it, go into it. It doesn't make sense. And so many of us, we are scared to go into something we like because we don't think we're like an expert at it. But then you're going to go into some random niche you literally know nothing about, right? Like it doesn't make any
Any
sense.
sense?
Like even if you know a little bit about an XYZ niche, like just start diving into it. It should be an enjoyable process. Like if I was like selling nail kits or something, like it would be terrible. Like I would have no desire whatsoever to do that. Like yes, I might make some money, but like you're not going to grow that business around
Yeah.
something that you're just not aligned with. And I get
Yeah.
it. Like I said, I always understand the argument, your passion doesn't always pay, just get into something that's fine. But I do believe you can find something that you can kind of enjoy, kind of get behind, that also is, profitable for you.
Absolutely. And dude, I keep seeing these people like some of my friends, my personal friends, they will be like, "Oh, I'm not really good at this niche. I like this." Like there is a friend of mine. He loves cycling, and he said, "Dude, I'm not that great at cycle," but he keeps talking about cycling for hours. But how do you not find these people? Like, how do you not find this interesting? And why don't you start a business on cycling?
Yeah.
So, this is very important.
Oftentimes it's just a conversation with the person too. We coach a lot of people. We have a lot of clients that we work with, and it's like until I get to talk with them one-on-one and give them permission to be like, hey, no, start this. Like people sometimes, and I get it. It's like you can easily second guess yourself and not know like what the direction to go is. Like this is a pretty lonely journey, right? Like it's not like all of us are surrounded every single day with entrepreneurs. Everyone's like, a lot of people are just at home by themselves, don't have anybody to run ideas by. But usually, like I said, of course, find a mentor. That's like obviously the best option. But if you can't, right, like, pick up a book or, go through some programs here and there and just like trust your gut sometimes. And like, oftentimes it's better to just get something out there, stop second guessing stuff and just get something out there, because you're going to learn more by doing than just like watching courses and reading books.
Absolutely, absolutely. So true. I'm into that. And coming to your book, you also talk like I've personally seen you stick to basics a lot. Like every time I see you picking a niche, every time I see you telling about picking a niche, you always stick to basics. What do you like? Is the data correct? Are people buying it? Are people not buying it? So what about that? Why don't you run behind those new funnels or the new softwares or new ad creatives or swipes or something like that? What is your process when it comes to finding a product and going about it?
Yeah, like so kind of we kind of hit on this already. Like once you find that niche, you validated it, right? What are they already buying? You just start listing out all their actual problems, right? And this, I'm going to try to keep this both for e-commerce and like services and stuff like that. And you really, all you have to do is just like combat each of those objections. So when you find your niche, right, and looking at reviews on Amazon, like what are the issues? Where are they complaining about? What are they like having issues with? What do they like? And just write all those things down. And then you start putting it together, right? You start putting the actual offer together. So there might be a physical product that solves this. Okay, now we created digital products that solves this. And you try to knock down as many of these reasons on, why they haven't achieved X, Y, Z, right? And keep helping them, right? So for example, in like the fishing niche, right? So you have to do deep research here onto this. So a lot of guys that are fishing, right, like people, they don't really know, they're just going fishing to pass time. But no, oftentimes they want to post their picture on social media, right, of a huge fish they caught, right? They want to get likes, they want to beat their own personal record, right? They want to have a good time with their son when they take them fishing out there. They don't want to not catch anything, right? There's more internal stuff that's happening, right?
Yeah.
And that's what you want to combat. So it's like fishing. It might be okay, like this new fishing lure that we released, right? And then they're gonna be wondering, okay, I got this fishing lure, but like, how do I use it? Right? Like what water temperature is the best to use this, right? What color should the water be? Is it cloudy out? Is it sunny out? Like all of these variables, like people, like if I just talk about fishing, you'd be like, what are you talking about? Who cares if it's sunny or cloudy? It's a massive difference in
Yeah.
fishing. Like what kind of lures to use if you want to really catch like big bass, right? Like it is a massive difference, if the water is clear, if it's murky, depending on what kind of lure you. But like the general person doesn't know that. So what am I going to do? I'm going to put guides together to help them be like, hey, here's the best time. Here's a cheat sheet. One of the ones from my fishing business, we had a sticker, right? A big sticker that they could stick on their boats, on their tackle boxes. And it would be like a cheat sheet. And it would tell them, oh, what's the water temperature? Okay, use this. Is it cloudy out? Okay, use this. Is it, darker watercolors? Okay, use this, right? Helping them. Right? Like it's just generally helping.
Exactly.
And immediately I can now charge more. Obviously, we already discussed I could charge more for that. People are going to have more success. People are going to refer business. And now, so I hope that's clear for the e-commerce side, right? For courses, right? I'm a strong believer. I do still sell courses, but I do believe most people, if you're getting into the course game, literally your life, I promise you, your life will be so much easier. Literally, just do whatever it is that you're doing for them.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, just go do it for them, because most people don't. We live in a very information heavy world. You can
Absolutely.
still sell course. I'm not saying you can't, but take your course and bundle it with stuff that you'll do for them. So we do like
Yes.
done for you clients and builds, and we build their funnels and their stores for them, because we know most people that take a course aren't going to do it,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
we know that, right? So we've shifted our business to just focusing really heavily on, okay, well, if this is true, then what are we doing? Why would we keep selling this, right? Like if most people aren't doing it, why am I going to keep selling this, right? Because at the end of the day, if we just go back to what our values are and be like, okay, we actually want to help people. So shouldn't we just serve a smaller community, right? But actually
Absolutely.
do the stuff for them so they actually get results. And that's how you create an irresistible offer, right?
Yes.
That's really, so my big ones, how does it save time? How does it save money? Those are the best. Like people want to save time, people want to save money. Like those are the big one. Most people, depends on what you're selling. If you're selling e-commerce, most people value their money more than time. If you're in the course world, it's flip-flop. They value their time more than their money. Okay, so you have
Yeah.
to understand that, because the general population is the ones that are buying, like, all, stuff off, e-commerce website, because they're working full time. They're not entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs get that their time is more valuable,
Yes.
right? So if you're selling
Absolutely.
in that, like, business opportunity space, or selling to like CEOs of companies, whatever, you need to get in there and just tell them the big benefit that they get. Like for us, like we just go and, hey, we're going to build your stores, we're going to build your funnels, we're going to create your ads, we're going to write all your copy, we're going to do everything and launch your business for you and make your first sales online. They don't need to hear
Absolutely.
all the other crap that's it that we do. They just want the result, and that's what they're paying
Yes.
for. That's it. That's the true secret, guys. Like,
Yes.
I know
People
that's a
don't buy
lot, but
product. They buy the outcome of the product.
the
What are
result,
they
they
getting?
buy their they buy
Yes.
the result. That's all people buy. They scratch some sort of itch. And this is also a little bit deeper to help you guys out, is the best time to sell somebody something is immediately after they bought something. Think about it, like when you go to the mall, right? Like, and you go to that first store and you buy something. It's like immediately after you're like, wow, I want to go buy something else. I want to go buy something else. I want to go. You get into this like buying frenzy. And when people do that, especially when you're selling online, you should be selling, obviously having those upsells in there, but you should be following up with them like an hour later and be like, hey, I saw you just pick this up, right? You could do retargeting ads, email follow-up, right? For the next few days, showing them different products and services. And this isn't pushy if it's done right? You
Yes.
might think it's
Absolutely.
overkill, but it's not, because if you're showing them how they can better achieve XYZ, then that's your job as a business owner, to sell it to them,
Absolutely.
right? Like
Absolutely.
that's how I
And
look at
like
things.
with the first sale itself, they have built the trust. Like building the trust is so much more difficult than getting the second sale. Getting the first sale is
Mhm.
always more difficult.
First sale is always the hardest. That's why I'm willing to lose. Like my book, I would literally pay you $20 to, I will pay you $20 for me to give this to you.
Yeah.
Most people think that's
I'm pretty
crazy,
sure
but
you're
I
not making any
know,
money out of that book. What does
because you
that
don't
cost?
want it. That's the thing. But I know when you read this, you get a massive value from it. You're probably going to hire us to help you out with other stuff, right? So
Exactly.
like, that's the thing. You have to understand, that's how funnels work. The funnel is not meant to be profitable on the front end, because ad costs are only going up. Like, and that's also another expectation people have. They think, oh, I just run ads and I'm breaking. If you're breaking even, you have an 8-figure business. If you are breaking even on the front end, should be dumping as much money into that as possible, because you're
Yes.
acquiring customers for free that you can then sell additional stuff to.
It's never a zero sum game. It's always a positive sum game because you're acquiring a customer, dude. Like, what can you get?
People don't get it. They're like, oh, why am I not profitable? I just, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know. It's like,
We should talk
I
more
can't.
about this, man. Like, I love this
Yeah,
topic and,
I
funnels.
haven't been profitable on any of my front end products probably in for like years. Yet we've grown our business to 8 figures, right?
Yeah.
Like, you have to understand, like, you're not profitable. Right? The point of a front end offer. Now, if you're selling to warm traffic, this is, of course, you have to understand your traffic, right? Are you
Yeah.
cold, warm, or hot? If you're selling to like that warm, hot, yes, your ads will most likely be profitable on the front. They should be profitable. But if you're going out there, right, and I'm grabbing you off the street, right, trying to sell you my supplement for $80, right? It's going to be very difficult for me to convince you, right? So
Absolutely.
that's where the nurturing. I need to capture your email address. I need to nurture you to eventually educate you to buy it. Same with my book. Same with like a service. I need to educate you on it before you make that decision to buy, which is going to cost me way more money than $80 to get you to actually buy. Right. And, eventually you make that stuff back. Right. So just have a little bit more, I guess, like, patience. Obviously, a properly designed funnel is designed to break even.
Yes.
Right. That's like the
Yes.
goal, to break even off of cold traffic. And that to me is like, that's gold right there. Cause then once you really grasp that concept, and then you could sell them, different stuff and different products. If you don't have a product, literally just go to ClickBank, find an affiliate product, send them that, right? A lot of these affiliates and stuff just give you emails, swipes
Yeah.
as well. You just copy, paste it, send email, right? Earn money. That's kind of how I run
Yeah.
it.
No, no. That
Went through a
concept
lot
is
there.
that is the trick, dude. Like, not a lot of people are willing to lose the money on the front end because, the vision has to be long term. And it's always fun to play with long term people because they know that, okay, I'm losing this war, but I'm winning the battle, right? In the
It's
long term.
strategies versus tactics, right? And that's why I
Absolutely.
don't mind like talking, giving everything I know away for free, because again, like until you go and do it yourself, you don't learn these. Like, I can tell this to you, everyone that's listening to this, it's going in one ear and out the other. Like you're not going to get it until you go through it yourself. Like
Yes,
until
yes,
you
yes.
really do it, like you can know this concept. Like a lot of us have a lot of knowledge about things, but true knowledge mastery doesn't come through from actually doing it, experiencing it, and set up your business in a way. Like if you give me your email address, you are going to you're going to be emailed for the next 6 months. Like that's how much longer automations are out. So
Yes.
okay, you bought the book or you just opted in and didn't buy the book. Okay, for the next week you're just going to be learning about the book to purchase the book. If you still don't buy, okay, well let's do another product. Okay, let's see for another week, and another week, and another. And you that back end automation, that's where the money is, guys. Like I'm telling you, that's how you can spend more money to acquire a customer. Like Dan Kennedy says, who can spend the most to acquire a customer wins. It's
Yes,
the best
yes,
quote in
absolutely.
marketing. Literally, it's like the only quote you need to know.
My favorite guy in marketing, Dan
Yeah,
Kennedy.
mine too. That's like one of my, that I would consider him like my biggest mentor in this space. Like his books alone, guys, like they've taught me everything I know. Everything I know.
Dude, these
Get every
old
single
school
one of them.
guys like Gene Schwartz, Robert Collier, Dan
Mhm.
Kennedy, these guys did marketing when there was no concept of internet. They did
Yeah.
then when literally to get a lead, a person had to write a postcard and send it to you.
Guys,
Like,
we have it so easy. We have it too
yeah,
easy. We got it too easy, and that's the issue. We all take it for granted. Like how easy these dudes were sending out envelopes
yeah.
with dollars in them, like actual money. like
I
like
think
a lot
I
of these
think
guys.
this
So
was Louis Angel.
I
He,
forget.
he
I thought it was that Eugene Schwartz guy that did the dollar, or no, what was his name? I have
yeah.
his book.
I think Gene Schwartz did the dollar thing, but the very first guy. So it was a very fantastic story. I think I read it in this book, Sell Like Crazy, where he
Mm-hmm.
mentioned Louis Angel. What he did was, in when he was doing his job, his employers were just running the fluffy ads, the vanilla ads, and he came in like he's like, dude, why don't we just educate our customer, and then for more value they have to opt in, and
Exactly.
and his employers were like, okay, do it, uh, but there was some condition. He's like, I'll run this ad on your budget, but if this ad does not work, I'll quit. And their employers, they agreed. And what this guy did was he wrote a full page ad with a point 0.6 type size,
Mm-hmm.
and it was all like there was no picture in that entire ad, and there was a small letter box which people had to fill and send it via postcard, and it was in 1940s or 50s, I think. And at that time they were making about 50-60 leads per day. With that one ad they got around 5,000 leads a day, just because he gave value
These things
first.
still work. That's the crazy part. These strategies still work. Like direct mail still works. I mean, think about it, guys. We all get stuff in the mail still, don't we? They ain't
Yeah,
sending that to you because for fun. Like it still works, right? Like
yeah,
but like, and I think that's a massive opportunity. That's something we really want to heavily test is like real direct mail, and see how it actually works. But like I would imagine a lot of these companies, they're sending mail out still. It must work, right? Like it still must work. And that's why I said, guys, there's so much information out there. There's
yeah,
so much. There's so many people teaching and helping. But do yourself a biggest favor. Like go learn from some of these OGs as well. Because you still want to learn like modern like technology, like tactics. But their strategies, they don't
they'll never
strategies
change.
rarely change, right? The tactics, the software, like all this stuff always changes, right? The tactics
Absolutely.
always change, the ad platforms change, like all this, but the strategy underneath never
That will
changes.
never change.
Not never,
Absolutely.
but often doesn't change.
Yeah. Yes, speaking about new technologies, I mean, I'm a big fan of StoreFunnels, how this works, because you're niching down into e-commerce only. Just tell me
Mhm.
about what is the thought process behind StoreFunnels, and how did you come up with the idea?
Yeah, so we still use ClickFunnels for a lot of things, but what we found is like ClickFunnels, Shopify, like even though they're like, look, ClickFunnels to me is more for based for like the info only side, right? Very more simple. E-commerce gets more complicated because you need like back end stuff, you need like order management, you need like better CRM, like you need more stuff kind of on the back end to like track everything and all of that. So, over the years, we've always used ClickFunnels and a mixed Shopify in the mix. So we'd have like ClickFunnels, we'd have App Trends in the middle to send ClickFunnels orders to a Shopify store, and like using all these pieces. And it was really expensive. Plus you have Active Campaign, Klaviyo in there. You're paying like $300-400 a month just in apps, right? So
Yeah.
we, 3-4 years ago, a team of developers, hit me up, and we came up with this idea. I gave them a ton of feedback, and we've been working on this, developing a software that really encapsulates everything an e-commerce store owner needs. You can still sell info coaching, of course, all that stuff in StoreFunnels as well, but it combines stores like Shopify, sales funnels. It combines email marketing all in one, right? So it's
Yeah.
all in one. You don't have to have another app on it. Like
Yep.
there's no other apps you really need to be putting into the actual into the software. And that was our big thing, right? And it's much cheaper, right? $54 a month. It is way faster,
Yeah.
like than most of these platforms out there. But it's just simple, right? It's to simplify an e-commerce business owner's life, not having to be hindered by tech, or especially bootstrapping a business now. For somebody brand new, like spending $400 a month is a lot of money. That's money
Yeah.
that's better well spent acquiring customers. So we want to develop a solution that really fits that need. Especially, we constantly always had clients, complain, like, I can't afford, $97 a month, right? I can't afford $300 a month for all this stuff. And, we listened to that and wanted to develop something that's cost effective, is better than the software is out there. So yeah, storefunnels.net was born.
Yeah, yeah. I've been watching you use StoreFunnels a lot, and I'm like, I think I just subscribed today. I for some, or maybe it will be subscribed tomorrow. I called my bank up because it's international from here, so it takes a little bit of time. But yeah, it seems like a very fantastic software to use, and I'm super pumped to use it for my own business as well.
Yeah, and
And
it's you'll see it's very simple. There's a ton of templates in it. One thing we started doing on our channel, if you guys want to check out, is and I'm not even going to take credit with this for this idea. Ali, who's on our team, he was my first inner circle member. He was the first person that paid me, because when I started the YouTube channel, I only needed a place to upload videos. I was basically in like a subscription box mastermind at the time. And people were always asking me, like, what are you talking about sales funnels? Like, what are you talking about? And I was like, let me show you. And I needed a place to upload videos. So if you want a good laugh, go watch my oldest videos. They're literally terrible.
I'm
Like
gonna do
they're
that.
just me screen sharing, like pointing, clicking around. It's awful. But Ali came up with this idea. Oh, so he was like my first $10,000 per month student, and actually like paid me for that. And a whole epiphany there, because I never thought that to sell like service. I never thought that. Like I literally was just documenting what I was doing in my own business. Yeah, he came up with this idea and was like, well, why don't we go and like, because I always do like these business hacks, right? Funnel hacks, whatever you want to call them. So I'd buy the person's product, I'd like show on the channel like what their upsells are and stuff. And he's like, well, let's take this one step further. You do that on Wednesday, right? You do that on Wednesday, hack the business. And then on Friday, when we release our Friday video, I'm going to go and build out their whole business in storefunnels.net and give it away for people for free.
That's what I saw, like with that sleeping pillow video, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yes,
Yes. So
that's what
that's our
happened.
first one. We just started this. I just hacked Athletic Greens yesterday. So that challenge should be out like next week or fine. It takes, this obviously takes a little bit
Takes
of
time,
time
yeah.
for us. So we're not going to do it every single week. Hopefully we'll get to that point. Because obviously we still have to do our own business work. But so it's basically on Wednesday, I'm showing the business, and then Ali is doing all the hard work on Friday, just building the whole business out. And then,
Nice.
giving you a share funnel link, a share store link. And then you could download it into your storefunnels.net account. And then you have, a template, right? A template to use. Obviously don't plagiarize these things, but, having a skeleton funnel, a skeleton store that you can then load your stuff into, that's already working for other people. I see no issue with it.
Awesome. That's awesome,
I
man.
never build a funnel from scratch. I always
No,
look
no.
at like, okay, well, they have their testimonials here. I'm going to put my testimonials here. Oh, they have their trust badges here. Okay, let me replace them with mine. Like, just model. Don't plagiarize.
Exactly.
Model what people are doing. I mean, these companies spend millions upon millions of dollars in ads. For you to go out, flip a camera up, or create an ad from scratch, you're not creative enough. I'm sorry
Yes.
to be harsh, but you are not creative enough. You are not
Yes.
creative enough. Accept that fact. Go look what these people have spent millions upon millions of dollars a month testing, tweaking, split tests to infinity and beyond. Look what they're doing. Be like, okay, again, you're not plagiarizing it. You're just looking, be like, I'm going to make that same ad with my thoughts, my unique twist to it, my personality, my product, and just do that. Like, please, like,
I think I heard
don't.
this quote somewhere. If you want to spot a noob copywriter versus a pro copywriter, the noob copywriter will immediately start writing. That was,
Yeah, you're not creative enough. You're
yeah.
not. There should be no reason. Like like, I get it. Like if you're an artist and you really feel like you need to express yourself, like, I don't know. I don't know if this is for you. Like,
Yeah.
I don't, I'm serious. Like, you might be better off going and working for like those big marketing companies out there that go, spend millions of dollars just for brand awareness. Like you see like the Nikes, like, they're not running direct response ads, but I'm talking directly to you guys that are trying to
Yeah.
make, like, these guys will spend millions of dollars for 10 seconds on a Super Bowl commercial. Like,
Yeah.
there's no CTA. It's like Nike. They'll just, they just want you to make you feel good and have you somewhere in your brain for a few seconds. Like, that's what they're paying for. They're
Yeah.
paying for brand awareness, which is a strategy in itself, but that's not something I focus on really. Like, brand awareness.
Yeah.
My brand awareness just comes from the content.
It's all it. It's all scientific advertising. By the way,
Yeah.
one of my
Everything's
favorite
direct
books.
response marketing is everything. That to me will never die. Direct response marketing. That's if you're trying to bootstrap a business, grow a business,
Right.
unless you're a $1 billion company, you should be doing direct response marketing. Like, I get the whole idea of what the $1 billion companies are doing, but like for somebody that's a solopreneur or as a team of a very small team, you have to be direct response marketing. I don't know any other way for you to make like maximum amount of money in like minimum time.
Exactly. Yeah, because they don't need direct response now. They need people to remember that they want to be household
That's
names. That's why. I mean, that's the
Yeah, and you could
like.
do that. Just do it through content. Like, create content, put it out on the internet, and people will see you that way.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Just the way you are doing. So I love the book, man. I love the book. I love, like, I'm halfway through this, and I absolutely love the way you broken down niches and sub niches, and you categorize them into problems and all. Talk me through this book. Like, I'm at the niche selection chapter. Talk me, like, give me a brief summary of your book, and where can my followers, my subscribers can find that book as well.
Yeah, so you can get it at ecommerceempirebuilders.com/book. Or if you want to support the beast, go and buy it on Amazon. Kidding. But so yeah, you can get the Kindle version. I think that's like, a few bucks or 99 cents, whatever. I have somebody managing that. I don't even log into the Amazon. So I don't want nothing to do with it. I don't want nothing to do with it. So I don't even look in there, except when they told me there was like 500 some people already bought on the first day on Amazon, which was really cool. But basically, I wanted this book to be structured in a way that it could like sit on your desk that you can reference. Like for example, like, I have a lot of graphics and stuff in it, but I want it to be exactly like what we talked about. So like here, for example, like there's a whole funnel mapped out on, I don't know if you're at this page yet, but on page 96, 97, 98, 99, basically this is how I'm mixing a physical product funnel with digital products, showing how in one of the upsells, I'm selling a course, and one of the upsells, I'm selling an ebook package, and doing complementary products throughout. But it starts logically. Number one, it's your mindset, right? This is absolutely critical. Most people are not ready to start a business. Most people shouldn't even start a business, or try to do it full time. You have to change your mindset. This is the most important part of this whole entire process, is to get your mind right, understanding that there are different versions of you in this universe, if you want to call it that. And it's all about fitting the puzzle pieces together, right? And getting you there, right? Because there's a version of you, right, that is poor, right? That lives on the streets, right? There's a
Yeah,
version of you that's a billionaire, right? The richest person in the world. There's a version of you that, just, a person that just works full time, right? And it's all about, that I've found in life, it's like we just tweak things. We just, like, it's a puzzle, and we're trying to put this puzzle together, but you don't know that puzzle, like what that completed puzzle looks like yet, until you draw it out, write it out for yourself. Like, what do
exactly.
you genuinely want to look like? What do you want your body to look? So I have a build system I call body for B. Like, what do you want your body to look like? What do you want your personal life to you time? I is your income. What do you want your income to look like? L, your relationships with your loved ones, as well as business partners. What do you want that to look like? And D, development. What do you want to know? And those are like the key 5 things to create a better life for yourself, and mapping those out. That's the first chapter, going into niche, validating your niche, getting to the offers, right? That's like the thing that's going to make people buy from you instead of going to a competitor. Going to Amazon allows you to charge more money. Going through that in depth, sourcing your product, digital products, physical products, going to funnel creation aspect of it, going into the actual ads side of things, and then culminating with exact similar to what I did in the slight edge. So in the back, because I want people to reference this, you can fill out, there's a whole bunch of tasks to like fill out that I want, you know, people to be able to look in the future, just like I did with the slight edge, which I do still recommend that book 100%. And there's a bunch of bonuses in here too, guys. You get a free course. It's a challenge we did where we document it. It's actually, I don't know if this is the challenge you watched or the updated one, but the updated one is the one you get with the book. It's like a private members area for anybody that's bought the book. And in there, you get the 6-part course where you watch me, Jordan, Ali, team here at Ecommerce Empire Builders. We build and launch a business completely from scratch. It's a 6-day challenge and show you the results. It's a lot of fun. And we literally show you every single step of the way, what we're doing, clicking. It's like 7-8 hours long. We basically locked ourselves in an office over a 5-6 day period and just did this. So you get that course, you're getting a mindset goal tracking sheets. There's a bunch of templates, store funnel templates, you know, a whole bunch of stuff in there, just trying to make your life as easy as possible. So you can actually like take this stuff, because I know a lot of it, like what we've talked about today, can get overwhelming, but taking it step by step. And, you know, my big promise is in 30 days to get your big business launched, or if you already have an e-commerce business or any kind of online business, just literally make it more profitable with using these funnels.
Absolutely. Awesome. Thank you very much for that, Peter. Like, I mean, you are one of the very rare persons who actually see this thing through. You won't mind, like, I have literally, like, when I decided to start, you know, hop onto YouTube and spread the word about business, and I literally speak about all of these things in my channel. And when I started searching for more people like me or more content around this, I don't like, it's so rare to find people giving good advice, and I found your channel and
I've
it's
seen
so
so many
awesome.
people come and go, man. So many. So
Yeah,
many.
man.
I think we are the biggest channel as far as like only talking about e-commerce. We have like
Hmm.
1,000 videos. It's over maybe 1,000 videos. Just
Wow.
crazy.
Yeah.
But like that's the thing. Like if you're especially, you know, any coach, consultant, whatever, right? Like I promise you this will be the most fulfilling thing, most hardest thing like ever that you do. Building this e-commerce empire builders is literally 100 times harder than building any e-commerce like drop shipping business ever will be, because you need to put in so much work. You need to,
Yeah.
like I said, cook content. For the first 2 years of e-commerce empire builders, I was putting out content every single day. Every single day. That's how passionate you need to be about what you do. And that's, you know, like I think you'd call me crazy if I didn't talk, you know, if I talked about a topic 1,000 times and didn't enjoy it and love it and breathe it, right?
Yeah.
So what's that thing for you, right? What's that thing for you?
Exactly.
Find it. And I promise you can start a business. We live in the craziest time. Like people are making money, like literally on, like, it's crazy. Like I came across a TikTok yesterday. This person literally just creates like review videos of like different kinds of like subscription boxes and stuff. Like that's this person's job, right? Like what? Like guys, we live in such a crazy time. Like at the
Yep.
very least, start something. I promise you, like your future self will thank you.
Yep. Yep. Like I think I read it in one of the secrets book where you mentioned you publish one video a day on a topic that you love for 1 year, you'll never go hungry for the rest of your life.
No,
That's
no, you absolutely won't. And that's like I do remember hearing that from Russell. The same thing he also said, like with the webinar, right? Do a webinar every single week. I did
yeah,
that for an entire year. It was the worst year of my life. Never doing that again. That's why I don't do that. So I make it easy now. I've simplified my life. Live
yeah,
webinars were absolutely terrible. They're great. Don't get me wrong, to sell your products or service. I recommend them. It's going to make you a better speaker, right? Like this, the way I'm talking right now is not how I talked in my first YouTube videos. I didn't speak with like, you know, properly like that. But man, like I'll tell you, like keep it simple. Like that's why with our services now, it's just like, okay, we'll just do it for you. Like I don't have to sell. You just get on the call. I mean, you want it now? Okay, move on.
yeah. But I think that
Simplify
needs
your
to be
life.
done. I think you need to go through that phase. You do the unscalable first, then build processes around it, make it scalable, make it simple, make it better. That has to be, one has to go through that process. You can't say like don't do
Exactly.
live webinars. You have to do that. You have to go through
Yeah.
that.
And
You have
start with one. You don't need to have all, like everybody gets, especially in like the funnel hacker community, everyone gets so obsessed with these funnels. The funnel doesn't matter. Literally, the funnel does not matter. The tech, the funnel builder, you don't matter. None of this matters. Literally, none of it matters. You can ask any of these like two comma club X, you know, whatever multi-platinum earners they've got in there now. Like they all like literally go look. Like so somebody I consider a friend. He's helped me a lot. Just short conversations we've had. It was Alex Hormozy, right?
Oh my God,
Uh,
I love his
so
book, man.
yeah,
I
great
have
book,
it.
right? Great book.
Awesome
Definitely
book.
recommend getting that. But look, go look at his business's funnels.
He's
They're
horrible at
so
marketing. He's horrible at marketing,
they're
dude. Like,
terrible funnels. They're not designed
yeah.
properly. But guess why he wins? Because
Yes,
he just makes good offers.
exactly. That's why,
That's
like,
it. I mean, you
love
know what I
that
mean?
dude.
Oh, you can have the worst website ever. And like literally, I go look, I think it's like Gym Secrets, something, Gym Launch, something, whatever it's called. Like go look at some of those ads. The ads are good. They're all they talk about is the offer, right? It has a great like guarantee. Literally, what he documents in his book. Definitely recommend getting it, guys. But like that's what sells it. Like it's not his funnel. Like it's not the design layout of his funnel. Like it's a simple page. It's like you
Yeah.
opt in and the book has
I tried
column.
I tried funnel hacking him. I'm like, dude, how does this guy make money?
Yeah, exactly. That's what's amazing. And newbies don't see it.
Yeah,
Newbies can't see it because number
absolutely.
one, like somebody will try to come at me and be like, oh, my funnels are terrible. But you don't see the back end. We have like literally 30 people here working, building funnels, doing things every single day, right? Which I'm telling you, that's a burden. That took years to get that. And no newbie is going to be able to do what we do here, right? By any means. But same thing with his, like it's all the back end stuff, right? It's all the back end. Like that's all we talked a lot about that already in this
Yeah.
in this video, but that's like true funnel hacking. Like if you really want to funnel hack somebody, it's hard. Like to truly funnel hack somebody is very difficult, actually. If you really think that, because you have to be their target market and realize that you are their target market and
Yeah.
go through the whole process of purchasing their thing and then realizing, oh crap, I've been sold.
Yeah.
So like that, and that's the realization. So
Yep.
my argument is, if you want true marketing, the next time you buy something, think about why you're buying it. That's probably like
Yes.
the best thing you could do.
Absolutely.
Like think
Yes.
about why you're buying it. What
What
are the
made you click
emotions?
that ad? What made you click the buy button? Absolutely. Great.
Exactly, exactly.
Yes.
And note that, like make notes of this stuff.
Yes. Yes. Awesome. Great
I told you I'll
conversation,
talk
man.
your ear off,
Yeah,
man. I
I
told you
love
I
it.
can
I
go
love
off.
it. And the more the merrier, man. Like, I love having a good time, good conversation with good
Yeah.
entrepreneurs. And I rarely do interviews, but I'm very picky with whom I reach out to and whom I bring into the channel. And I knew that I would enjoy the conversation. I hope
No,
it's the same.
this was probably one of the more fun interviews I've done, man. So it was
Yes.
a lot of fun talking with you guys. I hope I could help, everybody out here, with whether you're selling, physical, digital products. I think anybody listening here can, implement at least one thing. Just do something. Don't just listen to this. Like take something and
Yes.
actually do it. I used to be like a podcast junkie, YouTube junkie, like just in time learning. Learn
Yes.
something,
Yes.
do something, right, and repeat.
Yes. And to all my subscribers who are watching this, go follow him, Peter. If you're not following, I mean, if you're not following him already, what are you doing still? And follow his methods. And if his methods don't work, you are doing something wrong with your business. His methods do work. And yes, and go buy the book. It's awesome.
Yes,
I'm
go
halfway
funnel
through.
hack me.
Go funnel hack him.
Go hack me, buy my stuff.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you, man. Thanks a lot. Let me just end the recording.